finally a platform choosing humans over machines. But are they? So in the beginning of the year, Bandcamp announced that they're banning music that's fully or mostly generated by AI. Not just impersonations, no, anything that relies heavily on AI. And they're also encouraging other users to report it if they run into something they think is AI. And that actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because Bandcamp has always positioned itself as a platform built around direct artist support. And this just feels like a move to protect that. Now, as we all know, you can't really say the same about every company in the music space.
It's not really enjoyable to make music now.
Why do you say that?
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
But of course, like always, if a company announces something positive, not everyone agrees with Bandcamp. One of the biggest concerns is that this could force artists to stop experimenting. This post from Holly Herndon captures that really well. She's upset that artists might feel shut down just for exploring AI as part of their process. So I guess the big question here is, where is the line actually being drawn? And what happens to artists who do use AI, but not all the way? Like this artist who's worried that the use of vocal synths could be misreported as AI generated. And let's be honest, that concern does make sense, because a lot of music today already lives in a gray area, and many artists are using AI in things like mixing, mastering, sound design, or even helping with songwriting. And while I was thinking about this, I realized that actually this debate isn't that new at all. When synthesizers, for example, first appeared, a lot of people said they weren't real instruments. Even artists like Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden had that stance at the time.
I like the heavy metal. Yeah. But I would like to play the heavy metal by synthesizers.
You can't play heavy metal with synthesizers.
But it didn't last, because Iron Maiden, and pretty much everyone else, eventually embraced synthesizers, and now they're completely normal in music. So are we watching the same debate happening again, just with AI? And there is another question. The policy doesn't really answer what it does around AI-generated album artwork. And the rule focuses on music completely, but visuals aren't clearly addressed in this new policy. So does the music have to be human, but the artwork doesn't? I get that Bandcamp is a music platform, but it still feels a bit off that they don't mention anything about it in the policy. But I don't want this episode to sound like it's a questioning of Bandcamp, because let's be honest, Bandcamp really stands for something that other platforms aren't standing for. Think about Spotify. They do have an AI policy, which updated in September 25, and it mostly covers things like impersonation, spam, and disclosure. But it doesn't ban AI-generated music. And that's probably not a coincidence, because it's pretty well known that Spotify actually benefits from AI artists, including ones created in-house. More AI music keeps people on the app longer, costs them less in royalties, and it fits perfectly into their ad-based model. Do you, for example, remember the Velvet Sundown, this band that completely blew up with AI-generated pictures and music? They were actually featured in official Spotify playlists and in the algorithm to get people to listen to that. And they gathered like lots of streams. Or what do you think about this example that we ran into? Sienna Rose. This person took it a bit further, because this person actually did make social media accounts and is posting videos there. But if you have a close look at the videos, you see that there are things not completely right.
Hold it quiet, don't let go. Let the moment take.
I really appreciate Bandcamp for taking a stance against these kind of things. Yeah, does that mean that Bandcamp automatically is the good guy? I don't know, maybe better than some other platforms at least. But what I do know is that this is actually a very smart move of them. Why, you may ask? Well, on Bandcamp, artists upload their music, fans buy it, Bandcamp takes a commission, and the rest goes directly to the artist. So they don't need users to stay online for hours and hours. They don't benefit from endless AI playlists or from AI-generated artists, the way that Spotify, for example, does. And that means that for Bandcamp, banning AI is actually a strategic move. They saw that their audience cared about the AI topic and aligned their policy with their existing values. Smart move, if you ask me. And let's be honest, no matter the motivation behind it, the outcome still matters most. And that is that Bandcamp remains one of the platforms that support artists the most. And there is also a quieter sustainability angle here. Downloading music, especially when you actually keep it, has a much lower environmental cost than streaming. So to round up, is this policy perfect? No. Does it raise complicated questions? Absolutely, a lot. About topics like creativity, tool use, and where human really begins. So yeah, lots of questions. But it is a very strong signal, and a major platform saying human creativity still matters and coming out with it in such a strong statement is great. And a key thing to remember here is that as music fans, we are not powerless here. Our interests and concerns do matter, especially when we actually voice them and speak them out. So one simple thing that you can do is support artists directly, buy their music on Bandcamp or on another platform, but buy it directly from them. Download it so it's also an environmentally friendly way to listen. Go to their shows when they are in your area, and very important, share their work online on your social channels, repost their posts, share it to your stories. It's free, but it really helps them. Right, thanks a lot for watching. Maybe you find this video interesting as well, or check out one of our artist interviews right here. Alright, I'm gonna sit here for 5 more seconds so that the outro finishes. Have a great day.